Hey everyone, Andres from the Strength Cave here. I wanted to make a series of videos for you guys that goes behind the scenes into my online coaching. Sometimes I feel like there's this proverbial curtain that separates the consumer from the online coach and the whole process therein. And I thought it was really important as a consumer or potentially as somebody who wants to be an online coach to understand what you might expect to receive back from a coach when you do sign up for online coaching. So I kind of wanted to make these videos to show you my whole process as far as creating training and nutrition programs for people, and my whole thought process there. So first things first, let me take you behind the scenes into what my intake process looks like, and then show you what you might expect to receive from me if you were to hire me as an online coach. So this video will be sort of a screen capture where I will go in depth and explain all of that for you guys.
Alright guys, so let's start here on my website www.thestrengthcave.com. This is my online coaching page, and if I scroll down here, you'll notice sort of a short explanation of the whole process behind my online coaching. So with each new client, everything starts with a consultation. So what that means is I'll have a phone call with you where we'll discuss your goals, your expectations. We'll go over the new client intake form that you'll fill out when you sign up, and we'll just try to get a good grasp on exactly what you're trying to do with your fitness, what you're looking for in a coach, and what kind of experience you're looking to have throughout the whole process. It's also a really good opportunity for us to get to know each other on a coach-client basis and just kind of start to build a relationship there. Once that's done, we start moving into the assessment portion where I'll have you record some videos. If you're looking for training coaching, this will be videos that I'll assess as far as biomechanics and movement efficiency is concerned. That'll help me get an idea of where you're starting from so that I can help start to build a program that's right for you. On the nutrition side, looks a little bit different, but we'll have you fill out a food journal. We'll get to know, what foods you like, dislike, what foods maybe you need to include more of in your diet, things like that. And then that way I can start to build a nutrition plan for you. All of those things will be synthesized into a program that I'll write for you. So on the training side of things, I'll look at your videos, look at your biomechanics, I'll see where you're starting from, and then start to build a program that'll start to push you forward towards your goals. And on the nutrition side of things, same kind of thing. I'll look at your food journal, see what it is that you're trying to do with your nutrition, whether it be body comp, whether it be just general health, or whatever the case, and start making recommendations as far as calories or macronutrients are concerned, as far as food profile is concerned, and also recommendations on lifestyle, supplement intake, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully the first time I make the program for you, it's perfect, but that's usually not the case. Usually we need to start making some tweaks over time, so that's what this whole journey is here. So based on your feedback, based on your progress and performance, I will start to make changes to your training program or your nutrition program. As we make those changes, hopefully we start to learn what works best for you. And then, as time goes on, things definitely become more efficient. So looking at what the training program looks like, this is an example of what you would receive from me. I do my work through Google Sheets, and so this is an example of what that Google Sheet will look like. So you'll notice that we have warm-ups up here at the top, a little RPE chart, because I like to use RPE when it comes to gauging intensity. Down here we have the exercises or the training days themselves. So we have week 1, week 2, week 3, and so on. Up here we have week 1 or workout 1, workout 2, workout 3, so on and so forth. You'll notice that each exercise has a video link attached to it. So I try my best to give video links so that way you know exactly what exercise you're trying to perform and exactly how I want you to perform it, rather than just sort of guessing as to, what I want from you, you'll have a clearer understanding of what I'm looking for. Now, you don't have to watch the video for every single exercise, but if you ever need a little bit of a reminder, or like I said, maybe I'll give you an exercise you've never heard of before, then the video link is there. So you just click on that video link. It'll take you to YouTube or wherever else that video is being hosted, and you can watch it. You'll also notice that I leave notes based on, maybe I want you to perform the exercise a certain way, or there's a certain goal that I'm wanting you to achieve with that, and I will leave a note just to be a little bit more clear as to what I'm looking for on that exercise. This is an example here of a powerlifting client, so you'll notice a lot of heavy back squats, bench press, deadlift, so on and so forth. This is an example of a strongman client. So still heavy lifting, but some more maybe conditioning and muscular endurance type of stuff to help with that. And then this is an example of just a general population client who's trying to just be stronger and fitter. So a lot less of that heavy SBD, but still getting all the major movement patterns, so that way they can live a strong and healthy life. Here we have the athlete info section, so this would be filled in with goals. This would be filled in with any constraints. And then down here, I would have filled this in with notes as to what your training program is going to look like tentatively in the future. The next thing I want to show you is the recovery sheet. So this is something that I have people do, not everybody, and it's totally up to you whether or not you fill this in, but this is where you can kind of get a sense of how you're recovering on a day-to-day basis. You would fill in this info down here, the date, sleep, heart rate, fatigue. These 5 here would be filled in with using this scale on a 1 to 5. Put a number in there, click the submit button, and then that would come over here and change this number here under the chronic score. Same thing goes with this training load form. So you would enter session RPE, how hard was the session, how long did the session take, click submit, and that would change this number down here, the chronic score for training load. Based on what that says, if it's green, that means everything's good, continue training normally. If things are orange or red, that means that maybe you need to take a step back, maybe it's time for a deload. And usually, when I see orange and red, I will send an email or have a conversation with you to see, what can we fix, what can we do going forward to make sure that you're not so burnt out. So that's a simple little recovery thing I like to keep track of on top of, any comments that I get from you. Then on the nutrition side of things look similar, but obviously we're not tracking any training. So here we'd have the athlete info, goals would be in here, supplements, if any, event info, if any, and then cardio that I might have you do. And then here we have our macronutrient targets. Down here you'd be filling in this chart with your macros, with your daily weight, or however often you want to track weight, calories if you're just doing calories. And then other things like sleep, cardio if you did any, and then lift, whether you lifted. And this would just be filled in over time. That would feed into these charts that we can look at to see what your calories are doing over time, and also feed into this to see what your weight is doing over time. I use all that information in order to make better decisions about where your nutrition should be going and what we can do next. Another little feature that I'd like to show you just real quick is the comment feature. So I have this built into my training and nutrition sheets. If you ever need to give me a comment that's maybe doesn't need an email to get your point across, you can open up a chat box, write in what you want, send that comment, and that'll go straight to me so that I can sort of just get an idea of whatever it is that you want to tell me on that day. And that's just a nice little feature. Instead of having to send a long email, you can just say a quick little line that I'll respond to maybe a little bit more quickly than an email. So yeah, guys, that's a look behind the scenes as far as what you might get or what you will get if you're interested in coaching. I just wanted to kind of make that clear up front before I get into showing you guys some other stuff that I like to do here. And so, if you're interested in online coaching, you can find me at www.thestrengthcave.com. You can find me on social media on Instagram at The Strength Cave. So thanks so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you got a lot out of it, and I'll see you next time.